So, I mean, I just mostly wanted to talk about clown school.
Yeah,
if you're interested.
this is what I want to hear about.
Yeah.
Do you want to set this up?
Sure. So I went to clown school. It was like a 1 week intensive. And it was, I didn't really have much. I just liked the idea of clown.
Yeah.
Well, like clowning as an art form has been around for like centuries. Were you familiar with that?
No, I mean, I know it's old and there's something very French about it.
Yeah. There's like there is something very French about it in that there's this great like French teacher it was passed down and his pupil became a great French teacher and blah, blah, blah for like, I think centuries. I don't know. I might be making that up. But clowning, it actually exists across cultures. So there's like Native American clowning. So there's this great clowning school called Puchinco in Toronto that takes European clowning and mixes it with Native American concepts of clown. I have a problem with taking funny things and then making them not funny by theorizing about it.
And doing the inverse.
Yeah.
You like to take something unfunny and make it funny.
Right.
Give you something on a silver platter. Mm-hmm. You'll say, well, what's interesting about modernity is that...
Well, so the teacher, dude, a good teacher will change everything. Yeah. And the teacher I had for this clown course was exceptional. And the way I would describe the story I would give about this teacher that gives you an idea of who he was is, we do a bunch of activities. There's 50 people in this class, so it's not like a small class. It's like, imagine like the size of Black Rabbit in this room combined. It's like a big theater, dance hall, or something like that, and you just do exercises all day that kind of push your boundaries, and I'll explain that in a second. But like somebody asked a question, and the teacher, in his response to the question, quoted Thomas Aquinas as a way to what was that?
I don't know who that is.
He's a famous Christian philosopher. He's like the most prominent Christian philosopher from, I think, Spain or something like that. But Catholic philosopher. But he really thought about clowning as not just an art, not just as entertainment. Yeah. So like clowning is like seen as entertainment, but really what clowning is that whenever there are human relations, whenever there's a group of people, two or more, conformity takes form. It appears between groups of people. We behave, we nod together, or we speak in a particular fashion. And what he says is that, of course, there's professionals who are clowns, and of course there are a subset of those professionals who are there with big shoes and red nose. Those are the clowns you typically think of. Those are the entertainment clowns. Yeah. But clowning is a human archetype, and there are clowns in your life that are obviously not paid clowns, but they are clowns. And what a clown is anybody who takes conformity and subverts conformity in any sense. So obviously stand-up comedians are clowns in some capacity, but even like an easy example would be that situation you told me about when you gifted one of your friends at the workplace the gay book. Yeah. And then got a huge laugh, but created huge embarrassment for him too.
It wasn't a huge laugh.
Oh, there was no laugh.
Only I laughed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Only I laughed, I fell to the ground laughing, and no one joined.
Right. Yeah.
So the embarrassment completely came onto me. It was like I had a demolition vest, and I we're both really embarrassed.
That's 100% clowning.
Yeah,
and I think you relish. And I do as well, but this is what probably pulled you into stand-up comedy is you relish the subversion of conformity, or the calling out of some structure that has appeared, and then showing everyone the structure and then dancing on the structure. And so he gave a lot of I wrote a few of the notes down. But
this is your teacher?
This is my teacher.
Where's your teacher from? Is he an American guy?
He's a British guy, but he was. I found out this like on the last day because one of the girls was like really horned up for him, and then she's like, yeah, but he did that one thing, and I'm like, wait, what did he do? And then I found out. I guess I won't say the name of it. He was a dean at a famous university in California, and he got Me Too'd And but it was like
He's
a really
clown. He's supposed to challenge conformity. That's what he does. But yeah, you hired a clown as the dean. First off, I'd like to see what bozo did that.
yeah.
The guy shows up with 2 big curly poofs of hair.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and then they're blaming the clown.
Students.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's like. No, it was a university, and it was he didn't do anything non-consensual. He just had an affair with a student, and but then it happened, and then that happened like years before.
I'm sorry, I can't get the image out of him just pulling ribbons out of her ass.
In the dean office. That's how he got caught. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, because there was so much ribbon. It was overflowing into the public section.
Police and security are waiting by the door, waiting for him to finish up. He's like, okay.
But it was consensual and everything. But he was also married at the time.
Yeah.
And then afterward, when the Me Too thing kind of exploded, he was one of the fallouts.
Yeah.
Like what they say happened to Louis, which is any sort of misconduct, despite the level, was treated with the same level of severity. Yeah.
It was the power dynamic that they.
It was the power dynamic, which I have no problem with such power dynamics. I think they should be celebrated. But so anyways, he's brilliant. He's a theater professor. He's a man of theater, and clowning was kind of a subset of what he did.
What an interesting fall from grace for him. The dean at a school.
Yeah.
And now he's teaching people how to be clowns.
Yeah, but I think he was teaching people how to be clowns then too.
Yeah.
But at a much more prestigious place. Now it was like some stupid dance hall they rented.
Much to the chagrin of the board.
Yeah. They could not take his vocation away, huh? It's like when Louis performed at like shitty Long Island clubs right after performing at Madison Square Garden.
Him at the mess hall.
Yeah.
Also, he's trying to be taken seriously. The dean's parking spot's really tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. So brilliant guy.
What are the people like at this place? You said this girl was really horned up.
Yeah.
Immediately, I go, oh, some attractive girl. And then I go, right, this is clown school.
Right.
Were you the coolest guy there by a mile?
There were some cute girls. There's a lot of cute girls. Clowning in Los Angeles is a scene. There's a lot of people in clowning. It's like I would say the size of, let's say, the stand-up scene here. There's a lot of people who do clowning. Yeah. There's like clown shows you can go to. We went to a clown show. It was horrific, but like there can be really good clown shows too. Like the one you went to, Stamptown, is a clown. Yeah. That's a clown experience. He's a clown. He studied under, if I'm not mistaken, one of those the famous French clown teachers.
It shows.
So did
He's really good.
So did Borat. So did what's his name? Jean-Luc.
Sasha
Yeah.
What's interesting about clowning is, because obviously it's been talked about a lot in the month that you've been away.
Everyone's
going to want to know about it.
I don't. This is the thing is, I'm going to be like, watch the podcast. Yeah. I don't want to talk to people.
What's interesting about it is that I think clowning by itself seems like a weird and aimless skill to have. Because like you mentioned, you went to a clown show. It was dog shit. You go to a circus and you just see clowns. It's not good. I think incorporating clownish behavior.
Yeah.
I'm sure incorporating some of the things you learn then makes something interesting.
Sure. Yeah. It's interesting because this is my perpetual problem is like I'll learn these like vague skills or esoteric skills and then be like, how do I loop this back into what I'm doing? Yeah. And I don't quite know. I have like semblances. Like the challenge is, so the fundamental idea behind clowning is to see and be seen. And so all the exercises were predicated on, well, so that's the first element. And the other element of clowning is that life is failure. Humans fail all the time. And so, and it's a celebration of that failure. And it's kind of the emphasis is on the failure and how you fail. And so he would give us assignments to do in front of the rest of the class, and then and the assignments are like you can't do them without failing. And so then you fail, and it's like, how do you fail?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And you kind of you do these stupid things, like embarrassing, stupid, foolish things in front of the rest of the class, and you keep your eyes on everyone as you do them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like it would be like, okay, you get grouped up. A lot of it was based on marching. So like you would get grouped, let's say us three, and then he would give us kind of a rough set of rules. Like, okay, you have to march. You have to come into the room in a particular march that you guys all plan together, and make sure you make noise and you march in a rhythm together that you decided, and then you turn this way, and then you do a button at the end, some sort of extravagant thing at the end, and then each time something new was assigned. Like this time, you guys are all pirates. You guys are all ghouls. You guys are all whatever. Yeah. And very little was given, or you sing a song together. You pick a pop song that you all know, and then you all sing it together. And then so now to behave in this way, you're going to fail. It's such an absurd. How do you behave as pirates? You're rah, 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 and then you all
that was pretty good.
choose. Yeah, that was really good. I mean, now I know.
This is what LA was for.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing dates way back, early France.
Yeah.
Early France. The early Franco Empire.
Yeah. So, and then as you fail, it's like, as you're failing, you stay in it. So you don't cower away from the behavior that you were doing. You stay in that mode and then watch as they watch you. And then kind of that energy transfers, and then things change and things rise and things fall, and then you say like, oh, this particular behavior. If a particular behavior works with the audience, repeat it, and if it stops working, then change it. So like, there was another scene that we had to do, which is like, okay, I forget what it was, but do some sort of improvisation where you guys do a dance routine together. Yeah. Right. No conversation. You guys just all.
I was gonna ask. So for the march, is there a conversation? Are you guys being nonconformist together? Is that the idea?
In the march, there was a conversation of like, how are we gonna walk? Okay, we're all gonna behave like a particular animal, and we're gonna all make different animal sounds, and then we turn and we do this, whatever it is, right? And then,
is there footage?
No, there's audio of me recording the audio, and it's all dog shit until he
went
starts.
And set up a tripod. Is there any of that in the clown?
Just clips.
Do you want me to film your march?
Yeah. There should be.
Just line me up real quick.
And then, what was I saying? So I don't know. So then I did a stand up set in. So now I did a stand up set, but the thing with doing stand up is that there's so much structure involved.
Yeah.
You have your jokes that you're doing. So how do you kind of embed this energy with it? And I have some ideas, but I really didn't get a lot of practice with it, because then I stopped doing stand up for like 3 weeks.
Well, it makes me think of like the alt guys, right? Like Tim Heidecker.
Yeah.
The way I've actually noticed, and it almost makes me think of like, is there clown hack or like alternative comedy hack, which is, for example, if you're stand-up and you go and you start your hour, you start your special, it's very important that there's a lot you want to show in that first few seconds of like coolness and control. You take the mic out, you do the things, and you start with a good joke. Right? Yeah. You look at Tim Heidecker's special, the mic just won't he can't figure it out. Zach Zucker, the stand-down guy, he comes out and he's immediately battling the sound guy. It's just he's not stopping when he wants him to, and then the sound keeps playing like something's happening to so that's the it's falling apart. So
they're both creating failure.
Yes.
So that you can laugh at the failure
immediately, and that this is going to be chaos. This guy's here to fail for you.
Right.
It is interesting in stand-up where it's like, how much can you telegraph I'm a failure while still wanting to, or I'm gonna fail. Yeah. While still trying to do jokes that you're like, no, but this is really me. Exactly. I really want to talk about this now.
Right.
Because I feel this.
This is the conundrum of like, how do I incorporate it? And it's interesting. Like there was like a lot of exercises that were super. Like the first exercise was like, everyone gets in a circle. just look at each other, and everyone just making eye contact. It's like, okay, now if you haven't already, start smiling and look at each other. Everyone looks, smiles. Okay, now smile with your front teeth. So now everyone's smiling like
Yeah.
and now smile like this, and everyone's just looking. It's just this intensity slowly building, and then it's like, okay, now just like slowly laugh like just under your breath, like, and it just becoming weirder and weirder. So you're like going into a weirder and weirder human place of like you're an animal. Yeah. You're this like weird animal, and you just keep and so the energy that I picked up on, that I enjoy, that I feel like I can seamlessly, or not seamlessly, but like is approachable to incorporate into my stand-up, is just the facial expressions, and like just kind of being more animal on stage, and then like keeping eye contact as you're being an animal, and then slipping into a joke, and then like playing with that idea of like rather than being composed all the time on stage, like what does it mean to like decompose a little bit and see how the audience responds to it, show them like some vulnerability of like you're just this stupid animal, and then bounce into your joke, and then how does the energy of the joke change when you were just like a little too long right up on top, just like and then like go into comedy right after
and not
that.
have it feel orchestrated where you pan around with a weird front tooth smile and be like, okay, well, stop it. That was a little much.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's like a thing we've seen him here 3 times.
Yeah, I've been talking to ChatGPT all day.
Does this weird smile routine. I don't know why. He has good jokes. I don't know. Babe, you said this guy was your
immediately
favorite.
The audience is like, just stop doing that part.
He'll start talking about drywall.
Yeah, which is what we're here for.
Which is what
we're here for the drywall.
Yeah, I don't know why he's acting like some kind of clown. Yeah. Well, if you think about it, so like, inherent failure in stand-up, the ultimate failure is a joke bombing, right? So with the kind of the aspect of clowning that I think could be interesting, one, something that everybody aspires to get great at, is being comfortable with something not working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The second piece, and again, this is the stuff you see super represented in some of those like alt or anti-comedy things, is where it's like, that is the funny, is that the jokes are bombing. You obviously don't want to be that.
Yeah.
But is there a takeaway from it where you go, look, I'm going to try out this joke, this big swing, which is things you were arguably already doing before, which is I'm going to take a big swing and it might not work, and I got to be okay with it maybe being embarrassing. Is there anything you learned in that of like, oh, now I'm going to be more than just okay with it. I actually think I might know how to make that funny.
I don't know. These are all things I have to engage with on stage to see what stayed with me.
Right.
I don't go into these things like, okay, these are the exact pieces I'm going to take and then immediately apply them. I kind of just go let them wash over me, and then maybe some stuff sticks. And oftentimes, nothing sticks. Like I went to a hypnosis course like 4 years ago and got nothing out of it. You know?
Well, you got something out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've read the Substack. There's some stuff in there.
Yeah, my Substack's gone out from it. Yeah.
You'd be doing this with stones. I see you.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll just tell you some other ideas that I thought were really interesting.
Wait, are we off the clown thing?
No. It's still more clown stuff, unless you wanted to say an idea about clowns.
No, I thought the one I just said was pretty good.
Okay.
It was pretty all right.
Yeah, no, it was great. So my favorite part of the course, obviously, I liked the exercises were fun, and they were some of them were really intimidating. Like, and I didn't engage in this one, but you would go up, and then everyone's watching you, and you take a deep breath, and you're like, now I feel shy. Now I feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Now I feel, and then you just do, and then it's just silence.
In your actual emotion?
Yeah. So everyone's staring at you. You say nothing except the energy that's moving through your body. So it's kind of just getting like to terms with the emotions that are going through your body and then representing them. In that scene, you don't represent them through your actions; you just articulate them. But like the kind of, if you take that to its conclusion, it's like it's okay to feel uncomfortable and blah blah blah. Like that's part of the game. It's now like actuate those feelings through, because then and the progression was, okay, you're feeling stupid, do a march in a circle while everyone watches. It's just you by yourself up there, that represents you feeling stupid. And so then you would march in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And he's like, make sounds, make sure you make sounds, don't just march. Like use your organism to, because sound is so tied to whatever emotional energy you're holding.
What would be, I'm trying to see how wide we can get it. What would be, can you show me an example? Like if you were like, I feel stupid, help us visualize. What were you doing in front of these 49 people?
Well, I didn't do it. I didn't do this particular exercise because only a few people did it. But like,
did anyone lie? When it came to anyone, so I feel like chill and cool. That way when I march, I can just be like,
yeah, but like think about, okay, so you do that, right?
yeah, I feel chill and cool.
And then everyone just like kind of gives you an energy back, right? You're like, what a fraud, what a loser.
Yeah. Because everybody else is supposed to be expressive of their.
Well, they're just naturally expressive. There's an audience, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you're throwing at them in the same way in the stand-up, they're receiving it and then giving you something back.
Right.
So you say chill and cool, it's not like frozen in time where it's like.
You're telling me people aren't being like, psst, psst, did you hear that?
Totally. You just hear one guy being like, yeah. No. Then you feel the energy of like, oh, I just said that. That's so gay.
Yeah.
And then immediately like, now I feel like a loser.
What's cool about environments like that is where the least cool thing you can be is cool.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it feels fraudulent, because it's so inherently uncool. It's
do not
100%. Pretend you're making squeaking noises and marching around.
Yeah.
You don't feel cool. You don't feel sexy.
Yeah.
You don't feel anything.
I mean, the level of honesty in that room was palpable. It's just like there's nowhere to hide. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's behaving like an animal. The exercises you do right up top are so like to loosen you up and just like make you feel like you're, just like that all over and over again. And then now you're gonna try to be like, nah, I'm really cool.
So if you said I feel stupid.
Yeah.
I say, okay, now march around and do it and make noises. What noises are being made?
So what does stupid feel like?
I was wondering.
Yeah.
So is that what you did? Did you?
Well, I didn't do that exercise like I did, huh?
Oh, right. Okay, you didn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I channeled the Indian guy.
Yeah. I feel
like a retarded Indian guy who mistakes me for a comedian.
I feel sneaky and surreptitious. And they're like, all right, dance. I'm like, all right.
You got a yarmulke on.
We went two different races.
Yeah. Well, you said sneaky.
Yeah.
You think the Asians are sneaky?
I mean, if you served in Vietnam, you would.
What's up?
If you served in Vietnam, you would.
Then why are you acting like you served in Vietnam?
Well,
You're saying that from
seen
like,
the films.
Do I have Full Metal Jacket?
They accuse them of being sneaky a lot. I'm actually really just taking our troops' word for it that they're sneaky.
Yeah. Okay, so some other ideas that were really interesting was I really enjoyed he would like just philosophize on clowns. So one of them was so he would talk about where clowns would appear. Again, clowns as like an entertainment form is relatively new, like let's say in the last like 100 years. But he gave examples of there would be weddings, and as the wedding is happening, these clowns would appear that are also part of the community, and they would piss on the altar, they would defecate, they would create havoc at the wedding, and then at the end of the wedding, it would turn into a big party, and it was allowed. They would pretend to be the priest and blah blah blah, and it was like welcomed within the community. And then in a different,
Where is this?
He didn't say which culture it was, but then he said in a different culture in another part of the world they did something similar, but with funerals. So a funeral procession is taking place, and then these clowns would appear wearing masks on it, so you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And then they would have little axes, and they would chip away at the casket and shake the body, be like, wake up, and just make mockery of something holy.
Yeah.
And again, at the end of this event, it would end in a party, and it would happen in every kind of like holy moment of change, like solstice or harvest or funeral or wedding, is these clowns would appear that are part of the community, and they would subvert or call attention to the antithesis of the structure that that community relished or held sacred. And so he defines clown as wherever there is sacredness, there must be an equal and opposite amount of profanity to find balance in the world. And so that's what the clown offers, which I thought was gorgeous. And
Culture jamming.
say that again?
Culture jamming.
Yeah. What does culture jamming mean?
Doing exactly what you said. Whatever is expected, you're
Doing the opposite.
Exact opposite. Of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Jamar Neighbors is a
Yeah,
clown.
yeah. That's an
That's what he
example
was
of that.
saying.
Yeah, Jamar is fully a clown. I think
Our president too.
there was strains of that, and I was,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I was like, how about, like, I mean, true.
Yeah.
Well, there was strains of like fascism, and clown is rebellion against this or whatever. Which
What if you want to be a fascist clown?
Well, so what I would argue is that may be true now, but 5 years ago or 10 years ago, the inverse was also true. When there was such strict legal codes, and legal loosely, but like of what can and cannot be said, what was the inverse of that? The people who were saying things that were not allowed to be said. So whatever is the hegemony, the antithesis of that hegemony is clowning, and I don't think it falls in a particular ideology. Although
It's funny because the examples that you gave, and he's talking about holiness. I'd be curious what those like cultures were, because it almost seems like the very loose hypothesis here, just based on what you said. But it seems like the more rigorously religious a society became, the less you see anything like that, because every affair became a solemn affair.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was very interested in that too. What I asked him was like, well, how does that appear? Because the examples he gave were in these like isolated communities, right?
Yeah.
And so what are the wedding was a Christian affair from what it sounded like. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I was really interested in like, how does that appear in modernity? Like where does clowning appear? And he argued that it doesn't really. And so this is why there's such a like kind of gravitational pull towards these types of clowning schools, is because we can explore these ideas, and also because there's been this like balkanization of culture, of like what is accepted and what is not is so like isolated.
Yeah.
And then every bubble subverts the other bubble in terms of what is okay and what's not.
Yeah.
And so then there's like there's no kind of overarching hierarchy that can be subverted.
Right.
But I don't know.
Would satire and parody be a type of clowning?
Yeah.
Or does clowning have to be physical? Because I mean, truly, where my mind
Not at all.
Where my mind went right away was something like early Stephen Colbert. Is that
Yeah.
a form of clowning?
Yeah. 100%.
He's also failing. He's asking the dumb question, but also exposing the person he's interviewing
100%.
by asking these dumb
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, I would say that's the perfect example of clown. Like what Borat was doing is clown in the sense of like whatever is profane and disallowed in polite society, that's you're clowning.
Capturing
when
a woman in a net.
Yeah, for sure. The other, I think those are the most of the ideas. Oh, so there was
Did you feel humiliated?
I didn't feel humiliated. I felt a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear of like going up there and being like. There was a really, really great example. I'll explain that in a second. But like the other idea. Let me just write that down. So like the other idea was clowns most often appear. Just a geriatric patient over there.
It sucks.
Fucking talking to Don Rickles over here.
It's like, you picked a really funny old guy to say.
Just,
You could have been
just
so
like
much
the
more
last.
insulting.
This is the last interview he does.
You could have picked so many old worthless people. You picked like a comedic legend.
yeah, but just
yeah.
on his way out.
Yeah. It's really bad.
So
my
clown.
spine's clowning.
Yeah.
It's subverting normality. Won't conform. Fuck.
The clowns where they're most kind of occupying a job is in hospitals.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, not the circus.
Not the circus. Raza comes back with a really basic understanding of what clowns are. He's like, so I got a lot of notes here. Really cool. Clowns. This
They
is
work
what
at
most can juggle. And he told me that. And
But what's funny is
their
you
coworkers
you
are
try
elephants.
What's funny is you trying to finish my sentence about it. The circus, yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I already did that. Move on. If this is about how clowns are in the circus, move on.
yeah, I already. Yeah, I've read that book. What I was gonna say is like in hospitals, clowns are often in hospitals, and the role of the clown is to always be the lowest status individual in that system. And so
Like
this
a female nurse.
Yeah. Well, they had to go even lower than that. Even lower.
I bet the night nurses love it when a clown's around. They finally have somebody to order around.
Yeah.
Scalpel.
Yeah.
The nurses calling for items they don't know what to do with. The clown has to
Because they don't
stumble
know.
forward with
They don't know what a scalpel
They're just
is.
holding
Yeah.
it. Like, all right.
And so like, and the reason is because, the patient, these kids primarily, they're always the lowest status in that hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're always being like, do this. They have no agency. Do this. Take your blood. Blah blah blah. And then the clown comes, and he told this great story of like, like heartwarming stories of like this guy had to get his leg amputated that day, and this clown comes, and the clown's like, "What would you like to do today?" Also, they're never allowed to ask, "How are you?" Because how are you is what everyone else is asking.
Right. Also, it's like I'm sick.
Yeah. It's also like lacking agency, right?
Yeah.
And so the question is, what do you want to do today? And so this kid who was going to get his leg amputated that day was like, I want to jump. And was it I want to jump? Or there was one who was like, I want to get out of here. And he's like, okay. So he talks to the nurse. It's like, hey, we're just gonna. And so he's like, okay, we're gonna turn your hospital bed into a boat, a sailboat, and then he's just like taking the thing through the hallways and pretending he's a boat. And then right after all of that, he goes to get his leg amputated. So it changed nothing.
Was it a?
This is actually a statement against clowning. Yeah. It provides
they actually
nothing.
don't help.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But in fact, like it was those 20 minutes before his surgery were going to be all in fear and blah blah blah. But now they were like, buoyant with energy and like fun.
You gotta have a guy with 3 DUIs push him around the hospital and say you're on a boat. And you go. I said I wanted to get out of here. And all you do is take one of my sheets, put it up like this so it looked like a sail, and push me around. I know what these halls look like. I came in through these halls.
It helped a lot.
They're sitting there smoking a cigarette. Yeah, well, I molested 4 of my students last year, so what do you want? What do you want from me?
It's just smoking indoors. Just mad at the world.
Kid's bald with cancer.
Yeah.
I used to be a dean. I ever tell you that? Ever tell you that
Just
story?
makes it about himself. Somehow he is the lowest status person, though.
The lowest that is the biggest loser there. I haven't seen my kid in years.
Yeah. Anyways, how are you? I mean,
The clown fucking be like, dude, I don't know what happened. I just started weird. Cut to, like, how are you? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And then he starts to answer. He's like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to. You can't tell me.
Hopeful. Shut up, kid. Shut up. I shouldn't have.
Yeah. Tie the sailboat.
Yeah. Does this help? Is this doing anything for you, kid? Hey, kid with one leg, how are you feeling? I feel sleepy. All right, now dance around. Show me what that looks like.
Yeah, what does sleepy look like? Yeah.
Hop around on that leg. Show me what sleepy feels like.
The other story was so this clown goes into the hospital, and there's like a teenager in the room, and he opens the door, and the teenager looks at him and is like, "Hey, fuck off." Like he doesn't want it, and he like closes he closes the door, and he's like, "Shit, I'm supposed to be here for like an hour, and I can't."
He booked me for an hour.
He booked me for an hour. I don't get paid unless I'm. Yeah. And then he's like, he's just standing outside, and then he opens the door again, and the kid's like, "Didn't I just tell you to fuck off? Get the fuck out of here!" And he closes the door. And then he like looks through the mirror, and the kid's kind of like there's like a twinkle, like kind of smiling.
Yeah.
And then he opens the door again, and he's like, "Fuck off!" And then he went in and out for 40 minutes. He did that, and it like totally changed his mood. And then and it was it went from like him. This is the example of being the lowest status person,
right?
You know what I'm saying? He just took the beating of like just opening the door and getting yelled at, and then going back out. And and so it's basically, and it ties back to this idea of this hospital clown was saying, it's like when I go into a hospital that's like chaos, everything's disorganized, blah blah blah. My job in that situation is to bring harmony. And when I go into a hospital that's fully orderly and everything is in its place and it's running, my job is to bring carnage. In other words, always be the opposite of the kind of wherever there's sacredness, bring chaos.
Yeah.
If there's chaos, bring sacredness. So it's like kind of the clown plays whatever the antithesis role is. But
are there examples of are there events where, not even trying to be funny here, but like, let's say there's a fucking, what's the opposite of like a solemn event? There's like a riot.
A party?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something where the way they're being funny is, they're like, maybe let's not smash the window, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can think of like a really small, stupid example. It was like when I was going to Burning Man, everyone was wearing like stupid clothes. I was like, I kind of want to just get a business suit and a briefcase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like keep checking my watch. Just like have
Always
meetings.
waiting for a cab that's not coming.
Yeah. But like, I didn't do that. But like that's an example of clowning, right? Which
a
is
strip
like
club would be a great moment for that.
Right.
Where you are, you just keep kind of like wiping down.
Yeah, you just spray
That'd
things.
Be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the last kind of story I have is, oh, dude, I didn't mention this, but the whole thing was actually deeply profound, and I cried a little bit at the end of it. That's how much it struck me.
Because you were graduating. You accepted your little scroll.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy.
What moment made you cry?
I'll tell you. So it's tied to this story. So like there was these like meditative portions to it, which is like, so we sit down, everyone lays down on the ground, and you were asked to visualize. So you close your eyes, and then 6 feet from you, you visualize your normal self. Like what is, who are you in the average situation? Like, what do you wear? How do you position yourself? What's your posture? What's your body like? What's your energy like? And you like really kind of crystallize and in solid detail what you are as a person normally, and then you spend like 10 minutes just visualizing that, and then he's like, okay, so that's 6 feet away. Your mind is the focal point. Now imagine 6 feet in the opposite direction. What is your clown self? So you've spent this whole time being such an animal and being free in a way that like few places in the world offer you, and then you begin to think about, well, what does your clown look like? What is the antithesis of who you are? The kind of structures you hold internally of how you operate through the world. What do you value? What do you disvalue, et cetera, et cetera. And then you begin to articulate what the clown is of that. and what are the pieces in you that you kind of squash or you see in other people that you envy, but like actually you dismiss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
let yourself be that because that's not. And so I found myself the clown version of so much of like what I value. There was this like freeing of like responsibility of what it means to what I find valuable in life, and then what the clown finds what my clown finds valuable is just kind of letting go of those obligations that I hold for myself,
Right.
and then playing in that world. You know what I'm saying? Visualizing it in your head. So anyway, so that was like a really intense, and I found that like a lot of the things that I disdain in others were embodied in my clown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being stupid, whatever. I mean, obviously we're familiar with my pretensions, but like allowing myself to be uncomposed in a way that I don't let myself be.
Yeah.
And
What specifically? What were things that when you looked at your clown self, you're like, oh, this is who that guy is? Or woman.
What do you mean? Explain what you mean.
Because you're taking these extremes, or I guess not necessarily extremes, but these kind of like focal points of self and then inversing them, and that's your clown self.
Yeah.
So what were some examples of, like if you were writing like a quick synopsis of who this person is, if it was like a baseball card, what does it say?
Well, so I mean, I think it would be easier to define what I value, which is like kind of intellectual human pursuits of like growing as a human being and challenging yourself and learning and articulating well and reading and these like
John Turkel.
You are.
We both are. We're really drawn. Do you know John Turkel? It's a very funny comic here from Florida. We love him. His whole thing. He's just a
goof
doofus on stage. He really lets himself just be a fucking bozo.
Yeah.
And we enjoy the hell out of it.
Admire it.
Really admire it. And that's very close to who I imagine your concept would probably be.
For
and
sure.
mine a little bit as well.
Right.
Just so willing to. It's like, I'm just trying to get some chicks and drain my balls, but can't figure out how. I'm a fucking idiot, you know?
Yeah. Like, just like I come off as like, aloof and like above, let's say, small talk or something like that.
Yeah.
Like not interested in the menial,
Right.
But then it's like those are just like structures I've enforced on myself.
Right.
And then like the clown self was like, just go anywhere. Just I'm part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Immediately is like I'm welcomed here and I'm gonna be whatever I want to be.
I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm in it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so then it was really interesting to like reframe the misanthropy and the whatever I have about the world as like, oh, those are parts of you that you've squashed or like don't let yourself feel or like think you're better than.
Right.
But those exist within you as well, and you can engage with those. And let them bloom. So that was like the second to last. I was gonna say penultimate, but I'm trying to engage my clown self.
Yeah.
So that was the second to last night of the class. What were you gonna say?
Clown Raza sounds cool. Bring Clown Raza, right? Everyone's gonna be like, "Dude, have you met Clown Raza? He's fun. I don't care much."
Just
for
like
Raza,
drooling.
Clown Raza's fun. He just asked me if I've seen the latest Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's seen it, but he just wanted to talk about it. He just said, "Anyone here seen the latest Marvel?"
Yeah, the business is going down.
I can't wait to watch you interact with the door guys at East Austin. So you guys watching Mandalorian? What? This actually reminded me of something that, because I immediately thought of you, because you and I have had these arguments about like I'm not a big Marvel guy, but I can also I'll give credit where credit's due. What was it, Infinity War, Endgame, do like terrific films, and you were like, if you even have those in a top 100, I couldn't respect your list.
Yeah.
But you've never seen them, right? And
I've seen some,
but you haven't seen those two.
Sure.
So that's like where the pretension would lie, because it's like some of the greatest stories made.
Yeah.
And I have those myself too. I'd say more with with certain books. Like, somebody would be like, you got to read this, and I go, No, I don't.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm sure it's great.
Right.
Werner Herzog, the filmmaker, really notably loves WWE.
Yeah.
Like really likes it, and you have this guy who is just at the I mean, he's every pretentious film person has watched the Herzog films.
Sure.
And he was in some interview being asked, well, I mean, that's so like surprising coming from you that you like this. It's just so brutal, and it's just such American vulgar entertainment. And he had a great quote, which is. And I'm not going to try to do a Scottish accent because I can't, but in a thick Scottish
Isn't he
accent,
German?
it says, is it German? Oh, yeah, thick German accent. Sorry, Herzog. He says, the artist mustn't avert their eyes. Meaning, this is part of life.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist, your job is to like understand and engage in life. This is as much part of it as all the things you
It reminds me of when Louis was profusely complimenting Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
About what was that?
Jackass, yeah.
And it was like you wouldn't think that somebody who's as like pensive as Louis would enjoy something as crass as and it's but
art.
yeah, 100%.
But and it's like these are the goings on.
Yeah,
I
of
just read
human
this
nature.
book,
Yeah.
Hail Mary, because my sister got it for me, and it just is what everyone's reading right now.
Sure.
It's a sci-fi book.
Yeah.
And the story's great. Dialogue,
Yeah.
not terrific.
Yeah.
I also I just read Anna Karenina, The Defense by Nabokov, The Stranger.
Yeah. How is the defense?
Great. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's another creature.
Okay. Yeah.
He just gives you another a broken wing
Weirdo to follow.
creature that you can't really relate to in any capacity.
Yeah.
The Stranger was
And then he prods him.
Just
he prods
pokes
him.
him, gives him injuries,
Great.
and just fucks with him a weird love life.
What I love about Nabokov is that he's constantly playing God for these creatures, and then revealing his like clever takes.
Exactly.
He kind of lets you slip out of the story to tell you his opinions about the world, and then go back right into it.
That's what's really funny. Yeah, he'll do that. Also, it's like he creates these characters who we've noticed. There's what are some of the themes of Nabokov? Lots of cuckoldry.
Yeah.
Always somebody's wife is getting fucked by another guy.
Yeah.
They're always really miserable at sex. They're always they never make any money. These guys.
Yeah.
His characters
they
never
have a little bit of money, but they never.
have a little bit.
Or they've made a bunch of money, and now it's like it's sliding downwards.
Maybe a better way to say is they're never industrious. Like they themselves are ill-equipped at almost every facet of life except save one or two things.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. But then also Nabokov will then comment on them as if it's an autobiography, a biography, and he's saying, "Isn't this guy gross?"
Right.
He'll tell you as the narrator, he'll be like, "This guy's fucked up." And you go,
it's just like
you're writing it.
It's
You're
just
telling
like
me this information. He goes, "This guy's just fucking weird."
It's just like he created. It's like if Kevin Butke had like a narrator around him the whole time.
Yeah.
Now he's doing this.
Look how many teeth he has. Look, and opening his mouth. And then I read the Stranger by Camus, which I immediately went back and I was like, what came out first, that or Invitation to a Beheading? And it was Invitation to a Beheading came out first.
Oh, really? Did you find them to be similar?
Very, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's some. Really
I haven't finished Invitation, but I found The Stranger to be beautiful, but like also. If I remember correctly, like kind of just it felt like a man in a trance who is moving through the world, and this like thing happens. He kills this man.
He doesn't even know why he did it. Yeah.
And then is in prison, and then sees that like what does it matter? Now I'm in prison. There's infinite. I just remember this particular scene. He's like, there's infinite detail in the bricks in this prison.
Yeah.
It's like
Until
world.
the very last moment.
Yeah.
Until the last moment where he's so lonely that his only hope is that. It's funny how this is where people arrive at. I would actually say Invitation to a Beheading and The Stranger. It's so the same sentiment, but flipped. So in Invitation to a Beheading, the only straight man is the prisoner.
Yeah.
Everybody else,
right.
It's like they're these like
100%.
shells of people.
Yeah.
And then in The Stranger, it's the opposite.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying is like,
irredeemable mess.
Yeah.
Truly, like he's an like you. There's so little good in him.
Yeah.
In a hilarious way.
Oh, you found it funny? I didn't find it funny at all.
I find it so funny. He goes, because he wasn't at his mom's. He only went there for a day for his mom's funeral, and then like the details that are coming up in his case about why he should be executed. This after he shoots the Muslim guy.
Yeah.
But it's like he had coffee. He had coffee at the wake when his mom was dead, and a cigarette.
Yeah.
So it's absurd in that way. And then he goes, it's like a train of thought where he goes like, I wanted to tell them, I wanted to explain to the jury that I would have stayed longer. I was just very sleepy that day. Like it's funny in that his excuse is so often, he's so sleepy all the time. And it's a reason why he doesn't step up to like major events. Or when the girl is saying like, do you love me? And he goes, I told her, I don't know, but probably not, though I didn't see why it mattered.
Yeah,
it's funny in that way.
Sure. Like, yeah. As to me, that it defined that man to be in a trance. All of these, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I mean, I don't know why it would matter. Or like, I had a coffee and a cigarette at my mom's funeral, because it's just like he's just moving through the motions of life.
I was sleepy and I didn't rest on.
Yeah. So I found it because I read it because I identify like my primary philosophy is absurdism.
Yeah.
And Camus is the father of absurdism.
Yeah.
And so absurdism, are you familiar with the concept of absurdism?
No, I use the word a lot though.
Yeah. So like the idea
it has
is
something to do with being absurd.
And I don't know if you know this, but clowns primarily employed by the circus. No, so like the thing with absurdism is it's a offshoot of existentialism, which is the absurd with a capital A is like humans so badly crave meaning in life, and that's a true statement, and simultaneously humans are fundamentally incapable of understanding their predicament in this universe. And so this desire for meaning and this inability to ever have it is the absurd with the capital A. And so I think I read The Stranger through that, which is you see this man just moving through the motions of life, but like, these things are happening, but it's all absurd. Yeah. With a capital A.
Right.
But so I don't know. Maybe it is funny. Maybe I'll have to reread it. But the one last idea I had. So the last day of back to clowning is so we are in the last day. It's like the biggest exercise. Everyone lays down and. You are told that you are a creature that has just woken up. You have no idea what any of your limbs, your body, you don't know how anything works. And there's music playing, like soft music, and everyone's just lying on the floor. And he goes around, passes a red nose. And this is the first time you wear a red nose in the class.
Sounds like what got him in trouble in the first
place. And you begin to like kind of explore your limbs and your agency as this creature. And we do this for about like an hour, I think, maybe longer, of just like slowly getting up and like exploring who we are. And first you stay in your mind, then you slowly start using your body, then you start engaging with others, and you start like improvising and playing, no talking, just through your body and blah, blah, blah. And it's like a really, really beautiful exercise. And because it's like almost like a reset of your mind of taking everything for granted of your capabilities and then rebuilding them with like fresh eyes of like, oh, this is how I move and blah, 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 And then...
Are you guys interacting?
In the beginning, no. And then so like you start off just like collapsed corpses. Yeah. And then you wake up and then you like... You learn how to use all your limbs and you're like moving, basically what you've been doing in this whole podcast, and then you get up and then you start like, and you can't talk, and then you don't know how to use your tongue. You're like playing with your tongue. You're like drooling, and then you look at each other with fresh eyes as if you don't know what these other organisms are doing, and then you start mirroring them, and then maybe you find a movement that you do together for a little bit, and then you get bored, and then you go on, and maybe you play alone, and then maybe you play with others, and then maybe you play in groups and so on.
And what does play look like usually? It's like you're finding a group and then just kind of.
Yeah,
like moving around.
Yeah.
Are you guys? Can you touch each other? Like
you can touch each other. Yeah. There's, what was really great about that class is that there was, there was a lot of leeway to explore without the teacher like really laying down the law in terms of like like the kind of sexual harassment stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't.
Yeah, the clown dean who got fired for rape wasn't really.
Really cool about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like dragging students out. No. But it was really like it was like what you want out of a classroom setting, which is like he'll step in if something it gets a little, because there was this one guy who was like kind of a sex pest. He was like an older guy who would just keep doing weird things with his genitals, not. Like he would just like he would like scratch his balls as to be funny or something like that, or like he would be a little more touchy than he needs to be. But it didn't come from like a weird. Well, it came from a weird place, but it wasn't too much. But it was right on the edge. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like he wasn't good at clowning. Though.
Exactly.
I did an improv thing.
One would argue that there's no such thing as being good or bad at clowning. Okay. It's just lacking self-awareness, I would say.
We know what's good and bad. I know subjectivity in art, but one time I did an improv scene with Dylan when we're shooting for that Nighthawks thing. And we're doing some like improv, and we're having a lot of fun, like really laughing. I mean, I would say it was clowning. Like we're on set.
Yeah.
The whole thing was your two guys who were supposed to be at an acting class.
Yeah.
And then Dylan and I, just with our rapport, just being very funny with each other.
Yeah.
And very much making it our own. And then they were like, okay, we want you guys to like improv a scene where Dylan's coming in and you're sick.
Yeah.
Something like he's the doctor and you're sick. And I immediately made some like cum or dick sucking joke. And like got down on one knee. And then truly it was like burning in my head with embarrassment because I was like, tack.
Yeah. It's like Michael Scott saying there's a gun.
Totally. And that's what the guy was doing with his balls. It was just... That was like first thought. It's not actually funny. That's not actually the funniest thing that could happen here.
Yeah. But with him, I don't even think that burning embarrassment took place. So then, but like me and the friend I made in that class, we're talking about it. It's like even though he's doing these things that are slightly uncomfortable, the teacher just like lets it play out naturally rather than like stepping in and giving a whole thing, because then that like kind of
changes everybody.
Yeah, it chills the room.
Yeah.
But how do we get to... Yeah, so you do touch a little bit and blah, blah, blah. And, go ahead.
When these guys are going to the hospital, are they always wearing the clown makeup? Should I be imagining them the way I'm...
I don't know.
I would like to see what different outfits people wear.
Yeah, just like a cool outfit.
Well, I think it could use for... I think there's funnier things in the painted face because it symbolizes fear now. Pennywise was such a big thing.
Interesting.
So many. So
yeah.
Now the idea of the sinister clown, to me, represents that's what the face makeup and the tufts of hair and the red nose symbolizes far more than actual humor.
Yeah.
Or subversion.
Very interesting.
So like when I was imagining the teenager and the clown through the window, I was like, I mean, part of that glint is like, I mean, fuck, he knows this is scary, right? Like.
Oh, interesting. I never thought about that. I mean, I from the story he told me, obviously this is like being told three stories down, but like it was a glint of like humor, of like being told to fuck off and then like not receiving the message.
No, in that moment, I think it was based on the way you told it. But I'm just thinking like...
It's also interesting that like how quickly clown kind of veers into the sinister, because it says it's kind of the same... area of the human spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? A subversion of hierarchy leads to like darkness and chaos, which but it can lead to humor and joy because of the broadness of life, right? That's what clowning can do, is show you that these hierarchies exist and how absurd it is and how beautiful it is, that how much more infinite life is. But then also it can lead to like the seedy underbelly of life, of chaos and death and murder and blah, blah, blah.
I guess that would also be the subverting what a clown is. Like, it's so clownish, it's on the other side. Now it's like, well, what if we just killed you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you wouldn't expect that.
The thing I didn't really mention is in the weddings, they would, piss and defecate. Sometimes there's like some records of them even eating their own defecation. Ooh. And sometimes there's records of them eating small animals, like like catching rodents and biting into them. Like it is really going into the animalness of what it means to be alive. So yeah, I can easily slip.
Did you ever see that movie Nightmare Alley?
No.
It's not
Is
good.
it a Marvel movie?
It's not. It might as well be. I mean, it was not good, but
Yeah.
it had a lot of potential. It looked really interesting. It was shot very noir, black and white, Bradley Cooper. But it's early traveling circus, and he plays. There's one thing that is truly at the bottom of the hierarchy, and they never explicitly said like, oh, it's a clown, but he wears interesting makeup and he's with a traveling freak show, and it's called the Cluck, and. You never want to be the Cluck. And the Cluck is a guy who he essentially is an animal. Like he lives in a barn and people see him as he eats like live chickens and drinks their blood. And then the story is this guy becomes an amazing magician and throws it all away. And at the end, you see that he's the Cluck. And what it is you're rabidly addicted to heroin. And you'll do anything for another hit. And that's just they keep you on. And you'll sit there in front of all the people as you just like eat rats and eat chickens in this little hay pit. So that you can get morphine afterwards.
Wow. Interesting. Now, I wonder if a person can go into that place without the carrot of heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would argue that they can.
I agree. Yeah.
But I think that making it a heroin thing almost like kind of takes away the edge of the deeper idea, which is like, oh, he's addicted to heroin. That's why he did crazy. Yeah,
they didn't
exactly.
need it. Yeah.
But I've never seen the movie. But so anyways, going back to the last day, so that we do this exercise, and then that's done. The class is over, and then the last thing we do is they pass out sheets of paper and like random assortments of like a marker, a pen, or whatever. Like you pick whatever you get, and then the teacher's like, he's like, write a note from your clown self to your normal self, whatever you want to say. And I wrote this whole thing, and about like because you have this opportunity to step, and because you've just been exploring who you are as a clown, of like this complete freedom, like open freedom, and you write from that soul to the person who you are always normally, and like kind of offering wisdom,
Right.
and
Invest in an old stock tip.
it's also not Apple's doing bad. Yeah. And then you like one truth of you speaks to another truth of you.
Yeah.
And it's like really powerful. And I wrote something really beautiful, what I thought was really beautiful for myself. And then we all got in a circle, and they're like, now you're going to read to everyone else what you wrote. Wow. And because it was from your clown self, you're going to read it in a stupid voice, in your clown voice. And so then everyone went around and read in like these like really kind of like, because you didn't know you were going to read this to everyone. So now you're reading like what you were telling your soul, what your soul was telling your soul to all these other people. And it was beautiful. And I really, really loved what I wrote. And because it was just like I saw kind of the flaws of how I move through the world normally, and this was like a free version of myself spoke. It was like to the constrained version of myself. Like these are the and then once that. And one girl couldn't read it. She's like, I can. And then it's like, it's okay. And then she's like, I'll read it. And then she read it. It was really, really pretty. Because there was like such different varying levels of people who had done this course several times. And then people, this is the first time they've ever done anything on stage in front of anyone. And then afterwards we all like got up, and then there was like this wall was covered with a curtain, but it was like a dance hall, so like a dance studio. And so he moves the walls away, so now you're like staring at yourself in the mirror. Everyone's staring at themselves in the mirror, and he's like, now you're gonna take your note and fold it, and then tear it up into a million pieces, and then throw it in the air, and then you're gonna dance on top of it. And that was the hardest thing for me, because I had really loved what I wrote. It was really beautiful. It was poetic. Yeah. It was perfect writing for me. And I wanted to keep in my wallet as like a thing of like, this is what you should always remember. And it was, I can't remember it because I tore it up, but like, it was something along the lines of like, the body is always there. The mind is not. And watch the energy, because the energy is always honest. in the room, because you're always the energy is always interfacing as you play with people, as you interact with people. And it was basically kind of calling attention to I am almost a prison of my own intellectuality. And it was like this kind of calling of like, break away from that, or like allow yourself to break away from that. And I didn't want to tear that piece of paper, but tearing that piece of paper was like to covet that theory that I wrote, that those words that I wrote would be the antithesis of what the clown had just told myself to do. And so I had to like kind of like, it was just like seeing yourself and your flaws in this like really honest way, and then having to rip up what you find most profound, which is whatever
this intellectual the poetic keepsake, which is so not the point.
And then he was playing The Cure, which is this beautiful song, or a song by The Cure that was really sentimental, and then like everyone ripped it up.
Show me.
I forget what it is. Is that a song?
That's The Cure, yeah.
And then we danced, and that's why it was crying.
And so that's when you cried.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What voice did you use
when I cried?
Every little thing. He goes, "That's good. Now do it like a fox. Do it like a sly little fox." Like, no. No. What voice did you read your letter?
I mean, just a stupid clown voice. You just pick whatever,
I'm curious what your stupid clown voice is.
It was like, counting the bombs that. Why is all my voices retarded?
I know, why are they just mean to deaf people?
It was something like that.
People just sound like that. That's just how some people
It was like it was a rude Chinese accent. Often clowns.
Yeah.
I am a slave to my intellectuality. You are.
If like you do, I am a slave, but it's like a black voice. I'm a slave.
I'm a slave.
I just do bad.
Your whole thing. Yo, man, I'm a slave. Yeah. It just is what it is, but that's my current mortal coil, and I recoil from it.
But yeah, it was great, man. It was really. I would encourage you to do it if you're ever.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Do they do like? Do they do just kind of some YouTube videos? Some good YouTube videos.
Dude, it is a collection of people. There's nothing that beats a collection of people.
I agree. Yeah.
And nothing that beats a collection of people. And then when you add a good leader, a good teacher on top of it, a learning environment is the best thing. Like there's nothing that
you've chased a lot of that. A lot of your a lot of your adult life has been I've done none. I had to go to, and I know that this is different and like something that could be entertaining and fun and like thought provoking and all those things. And reward clear growth, but like I did that Austin Film Society, just that course.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
Just the producer course.
Yeah.
It's just a 3-hour dude. I was 45 minutes in. And I got reminded, because I haven't been in a classroom setting in so long, I was reminded of why I was so dog shit at school. Why I started failing. In the 4th grade, I started failing.
Yeah.
I was like like F's on the report card at like 9.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Why?
Because it's so boring. I'm just sitting there and I go, oh my God, I can't believe I had 3 hours of this. Because it was uninteresting.
Yeah, but
because we weren't learning, it wasn't film, It's the producer course. So what it is going through, it's a lot of legal.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, all your stuff inherently has to be shared on the Austin Film Society channel, on our public access. So you have to learn all of these rules around what can be broadcast and what the ramifications are.
Sure.
And I so didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'd be different if I got to sit in like an American history course. I'm sure I'd be pretty dialed in now.
Yeah.
But it was an interestingness because we got a break and I texted Bianca and I was like, I think like this is the most miserable I've been in a long time.
Really?
It was a full reminder of like it's why I didn't go to college, why I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. I would argue that is a mix of probably the teacher doesn't give a fuck and then also the material.
Yeah,
the material's so dry. If you go to a class where you like are interested in the material.
Learning deaf voice.
Yeah. I mean,
Deaf Voice 101. I love that class.
It is, dude. I love classes. Not classes. I love like learning environment. Like just going into like a place where there's nothing else to do but learn that. Like going when I was living with that musician in India and we were just like nonstop, just like it was just like me and you talking about music, or me and you talking about comedy, but it was me and him talking about music. I was like, what about this? What about that? And then he's like, blah 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 blah. And it's just like great. That's the best thing.
I
in
want to
life.
hear about the music thing, but I'm curious, and I know you don't have any maybe clear answer, but so you've done this. It was what, 10 days?
5 days.
5 days. Okay, 5-day crash course. How long were classes?
4 hours long.
4 hours.
Yeah. So not like I'm by no means an expert. It was just like a teaser.
You're not saying you're Patch Adams.
Yeah.
You're just beginning. I get it. What are the ways that you trying to be really humble about it?
About a stupid
you
thing.
don't get that people are just making fun of you. So they're like, how's Tom's going? You go, look, it was 5 days. I'm not saying I'm Krusty the Clown. I'm just learning the ropes. What are some strategies? Because I know you're a strategy guy.
Big strategy.
You don't do anything without having there's
a half-baked strategy.
There's a step
There's
three
always-
here.
there's
no step 4. That's the thing. There's never a step 4. But there's step 1, take the class. Step 2, podcast about the class.
Yeah.
And I know the step 3 is right on the horizon. What are some ways that you think you'll bring this into stand-up, which is the thing?
I mentioned this already. It's a lot of like exhibiting the animal that I am on stage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And seeing how the audience responds to it and how I respond to it, and then playing with those energies is the most approachable way, I think, where I can still finesse and do my stand up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, if I go there and I like have to be a clown, just a clown, and not do stand up, one, that's so scary.
So scary.
So scary.
It's such a different thing.
Yeah. And maybe I'll try that on like a Wednesday show or something like that.
Michael Fractor has been doing this show every other Thursday at Fallout, where he does a PowerPoint presentation. And it's this character that he's doing called Lars Kaplan.
Yeah.
And Lars Kaplan he's just this dork. All of his emotions are big, but he's kind of scared and extremely lonely and unaware.
Yeah.
But feels really big, and the moments get really big. But it's a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting. Like, him and I've had like long talks. I'll watch the show.
Yeah.
And because he's still iterating on it. It's like a 20-something minute PowerPoint. And he always feels like they went terribly. And he goes, dude, I think this part's so funny, and I play it, and it doesn't get a laugh. Because it is just a different thing. We're stand-ups. We're so used to
Is it
getting
a stand-up? Is the audience expecting stand-up?
Yeah, the audience, that's the thing. It doesn't have its own captivate. It's his show.
Yeah.
They know that Michael's doing a thing, but they don't necessarily know what it is. And it's about this fucking freak who is he's Joe Rogan's like #1 fan, and is desperately trying to get on Rogan to save his life because he's uncovered a conspiracy to kill him. That's like the premise.
I mean, who has a more creative mind than Fractor?
It's great. And it goes in all these places.
Yeah.
I actually, the note that I gave him I was like, I almost think you need to stay on the plot line just a little, because it's so fun in how much he gets down the weeds where you forget that has anything to do with Joe Rogan. Yeah. For like minutes at a time.
Right.
As he's just showing you pictures of all of his girlfriends.
Yeah.
They're all aliens. Just this imaginary world. But anyway, it brought up the interesting conversation of like, you're used to stand-up, so you're used to, I do big vibrator act out.
Yeah.
If that doesn't get a laugh, it didn't do well.
Yeah.
And he's still viewing a lot of these moments in terms of stand-up where it doesn't do well. And I go, no, but it's so funny, and it's telling me so much about who Lars is.
Yeah.
That it's lending itself to funny.
And is the audience captivated?
That's what I'm arguing.
Yeah.
I think yes. I don't think it's that they're not enjoying it. I think that they're being like, what is this like animal?
So interesting.
The animal. Right?
Yeah.
It's just he's just unloading emotion at them, and but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because there's like multiple slides where I'm like, yeah, they're not laughing there. He goes, but I think it's so funny, and I go, but it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's why it'll be funny.
Right.
And there's a release, and that's you'll find those little tension valves.
Yeah.
For now, for those moments, for those 2 brutal minutes, it is just you with huge emotion.
Yeah.
In a very still room.
Yeah. And so like the clown would argue, or my teacher would argue, that in that moment he has to sit in that uncomfortable emotion and make eye contact with them, see and be seen. You're being the stupid person,
right?
And you're like, the purpose is to create that discomfort,
right? And
not shy away from it and look for the laugh, but like stay in that. And then the laughter will come because you're creating that energy between.
Otherwise, you betray awareness. If you look down and kind of smirk and be like, all right. Or those things are things that we do subconsciously or sometimes purposefully
Yeah,
to
yeah,
let
yeah.
the audience know. I know, and you didn't like it.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a big swing.
And it diffuses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a deflection to diffuse.
It's hard. It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do
Yeah.
to really. I think if you're a good comic, you've gotten decently good at not getting a laugh. But you still do have. It's like part of why I'm good at it is because I have things that I'm going to show them that's been like little signals. That's new. That's not my best.
yeah.
Or I get that's fucked up. Don't worry, we're moving on.
You're massaging it.
I massage it. Yeah.
Yeah. The massaging away the intensity.
Yes.
Of the discomfort. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I had, man. That was. I thought that was interesting. I think that went well.
Yeah. Very. What is? Do you want to talk about your music?
We can. I mean, how long has it been going?
An hour and a half.
I mean, I'm a little tired,
I
but
was
like
stretching for 20 minutes of it. If that helps.
the music was great, man.
Can I take this?
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't need it. It's actually pretty helpful.
The music was amazing. So after the clown school, I went to Joshua Tree, and then just like all I did was focus on music. Just
Yeah.
learn the machine I bought, the controller,
Yeah.
and then how to use it to create. There's such a difference in performing, making the music, which I think I have an aptitude for now because I've
Right.
just been sitting on this and then constructing in different ways. And then how do you make it novel when you're performing for an audience? I don't think I did it very well.
That is what I want to ask you because
Yeah.
playing's so fun. We both kind of picked up music in the
Yeah.
last year, and it's so much fun to play.
Yeah.
Solitary with a couple friends. What did that feel like? Playing for people, are there parallels that you can draw from this is hitting, or this is bombing? This scraping noise
so-
I added. Drums is bombing.
So I would say I bombed. But also, I don't know. I'm being hard on myself. I would say I bombed in this capacity. I had a rehearsal session. You just ask.
I want you to keep your flow.
Yeah.
Ow! Ow!
No, my flow is kept. That helped. You okay?
Yeah, that was rapid compression of my spine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta avoid rapid compression.
It's like when you learn a thing from ChatGPT and just repeat
100%.
it. Yeah.
It's been really helpful in this though. Chat's been really good to me.
You should switch to Claude, but
I don't have the app.
you get it.
I can't get it.
So we did a rehearsal. First of all, I was living in this art house. It was I think I'm gonna spend most of my summer in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto's great.
Dude, Toronto's so fucking
Where were you?
cool.
Kensington? Where was that?
I don't know. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you some part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just so many, like it has the vibe of, let's say, New York, of like just multicultural artists and like different kinds of artists. And I was living in this art house, this lady who's been a musician since the 90s. And she lives in like a storefront that there's like the neighborhood that was previously all factories and now is being gentrified.
Right.
And so there's like a nice Italian restaurant that's built into like what was once a needle factory, but like her storefront is just still vacant and like is like one of the last vestiges of what once was just like empty warehouses that were occupied by artists. And she let me stay on her couch, and we did all the performances there. And so like people would come in, always people coming in and out, and all just different, like, oh yeah, I do this, I'm a filmmaker, blah 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 blah, blah. Like everyone's like doing something, and then every night we had like a little, I don't want to call it a soiree, but a little gathering of people, and then
Call it a soiree.
Yeah, it was a soiree. It was a soiree. I'm trying to
You don't have to be your clown self right now.
Immediately abandoned the clown. Yeah, no. So I just been
So,
doing soirees
it's a
all day. Yeah,
What would the clown self call
No
those?
one soirees more than I do.
No, you like
Yeah.
the soiree.
No, I
The
don't.
clown
soiree at
self
all.
would call it what? Just a fucking chill ass kickback. It's a chill ass kickback.
Yeah, and then like they were like, player, everyone just like somebody made a film about this like guy who like makes bass music, and then he just started playing it on like a projector right in the house, and then there's like, oh, I had this film that I made, blah blah blah. So then they play the film, and they're like, Raza, play something. And then I was like, I'll play you my stand up, So I played my stand-up on.
Funny ideas.
No, I played one of my brown noise, like where you know the Indian clip that I've banked all my followers on.
You played that. It's so funny where you're like, I have a stand-up set, and it's the one that I've heard you listen to 1,000 times.
Well, it was like I was just gonna play a little piece of it. They're like, no, and they watched it for 25 minutes. It was the first time I had an audience watch my stand-up where I wasn't performing it.
Yeah,
totally different energy.
How does it feel?
It was great. It was a group of people. They were laughing. You could see which parts they were laughing at. I wasn't under the pressure of making them laugh because had already been done, and so it was really fun to watch. It's like, oh, people actually enjoy this.
Right.
You can it's like if you were at East Austin and you were there and then you were also in the back watching it happen without the pressures of making it happen again.
Right.
It's so nice.
Right.
It's so nice. Cool. And because usually we watch it as like to clip it up, and you're just like it's very analytical and like kind of in editing mode of like, how do I again maximize this for another medium? This was just like in the room, like the way me and my family would watch Chris Rock or whatever growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just like watching someone do stand up.
Also,
and
to
it's
see
really
that
fun.
your stuff is translating to video. I think where a lot of stand-ups really struggle is their stuff just doesn't translate outside of a live audience. It just doesn't.
For sure.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they can't have great careers, because a lot of them are, but you watch their special like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
But I bet live it was.
Yeah.
And
100%.
it's that same feeling.
Right.
Those riot clips are great because you get the audience cam.
Yeah.
And I went through that recently. I've been like, all right, I should try to clip some of this stuff up. And I'm not going to, because I don't like the versions of the jokes. They're still too new and choppy at the time. But what was fun is, you have those moments where you're listening to a tape back because you're doing well. And that's full masturbation.
Yeah.
We've all done it. We've all done it. It is just sitting there creaming. It's funny because I listened to you. Literally, I'd wake up in the morning and I could just hear him just scrubbing back to the same massive pop. Just, it's like he's killing, you're murdering. But it's so gross to listen to your phrase. He's just got just his jizz all over his hands and his face. It's coming out of his mouth. That joke's so good. But watching moments where I wasn't
called
making
studying
laugh,
tape, dog.
because when you're not,
it's like when Brady, it's like Tom Brady just watching him score the touchdown rather than the stuff where he fucked up.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was about to say. So we've all done that part. What was interesting, I ended up watching these tapes anyway, because what I liked was I could watch the moments where I'm not getting the big laugh. Mm-hmm. And some of them, it's telling, you can just see, but it's just not working. What you're saying is just not working. Then there's other moments where I'm like, I can see the like leaning in. I can see the people watch. I can see a person kind of start talking and then like stop what they're saying and like looking over. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So at that moment, you have their interest. You can see their smiles as they're watching. Yeah. Which is, that moment is almost, there's so many ways to get a laugh.
Right.
The only way to get their attention is to say something interesting.
Yeah.
There's really only one way. So that means it's like you have their attention.
Right. And it's the thing you almost value the least on stage.
Exactly. But then you watch in a clip and I was like, this is the part that feels more impressive.
Yeah. But also that part is also almost valueless in short form.
Yeah.
So it's tough because it's only really valuable in a longer set when you want to create a full arc of emotion, which is like for primarily how people consume content. It's really fast dopamine hits,
I think tough. you have to have their like trust.
Yeah,
there's people who have mine where it's like, no, I'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
it's interesting.
Takes a long time to build there.
The thing I was gonna say about the music is like, so I did a rehearsal. This is before people showed up, and the type of music I'm making is like, I'm making these sounds. Then I make songs, but then like for a live show, I'm like deconstructing the sounds in that song and seeing how I can like kind of take like a 3-minute song and how do you expand it to like a 10-minute experience? You know what I'm saying? Right. You add other different kind of percussions, or you filter it, or you change the sounds and then you bring back sounds and blah blah blah. So I was like, that's really what learning that controller was all about. And so I did it pretty well when there was no one around. Or just the people. There's like 5 people around, just the people who live there and then my buddy. And it was really interesting to like bring in a sound that like is enjoyable and then like filter it and then it goes away and then tension builds and then bring that sound that's like really enjoyable and then you see and then from my peripherals you can see how people are responding to it. And so all of that was going good, and then I was like, okay, so I had these songs that I had constructed, and then I was going to improvise with the snippets to make interesting things in the middle.
I know what happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
You started thinking, what would Clown Raza do? You started playing screeching sounds.
and then being like, "Are you and me a friend? We're all friends, right?
I do small talk now. How it's cold out.
I do small talk.
So
You don't do small talk. You just say you do small talk now.
Dude, Clown Raza's awesome. He does small talk now.
Clown Raza is almost more offensive to the pedestrian people because it betrays how I actually feel about them.
Right. And you just keep adding now at the end of everything to show that you've always been judging them, but you went on this spiritual journey now. I like the Lumineers now.
I do it like you now.
Just staring at Anthony Popoli.
CNBC.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And then the actual performance happened, and then I'm staring at my screen, and I'm trying to recreate the magic of the earlier, and I'm like, none of this makes sense. This all sounds like shit. So then
because that was your first time doing it, was with those 5 people of introducing these sounds.
I had done it alone in Joshua Tree, but like I just like not enough repetition. So then now the pressure of like, and then dude, fucking, it was beautiful. Like this guy who plays with a synthesizer, and then this guy showed up who plays the viola, and then they just right before I go up, this guy who makes like really dark like industrial sounds but like really low key, like not aggressive, and then this guy showed up with his viola and then just like improvised on top of it, and it was so fucking beautiful.
And that's what you had to follow.
I had to follow that. I was like, dog, don't let me go after that guy because he's really good. And I was like, I had all these rules.
Key industrial piano guy. No one can
plus
follow
viola.
That.
Yeah.
No.
And then so then I went.
Everyone's really into it. You can feel that.
Yeah. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's like so beautiful. Everyone's just like quiet as a pin drop listening. And then the way he was fucking with the viola, it wasn't just like da-da. It was like, and then he would just like pluck at it angrily and that matched the industrial sounds. Anyways, so then like, and then I go up and then I just bomb.
So what does that feel like? How do you observe you bombing in music?
I'm like fucking with the things and it's just sounding bad. Yeah. Not bad, but boring because it's just repetitive and I can't get the tension to build. And then I'm like, and now I don't know how to segue this into my song. So then I just hit play on my song.
Dude, that's so funny. We have had.
And then it's just me standing in front of all these grids that are lighting up. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's supposed to like, you know how like the DJ or whatever. I'm not a DJ. I'm like a producer.
You're a DJ.
But like but like you know you're tweaking things to make it sound different to create an experience. But I'm just so overwhelmed by all the fucking knobs that I just like. And the song, I think the song is beautiful. I really am proud of the stuff I made, but there's nothing live about it.
Right.
It's just me showing you the song I made.
You're just kind of hands down at your sides.
Yeah, for the first song.
Once in a while, kind of pretend that the treble was weird. Yeah. Probably.
I'm just like, just moving knobs that actually aren't tied to anything.
Yeah, exactly. Unplugged. What are the people doing?
So it was interesting. I didn't have to face the people. It was like I was like tucked in a corner, so I didn't have to
see them going out for a cigarette and that stuff. You could hear the door, but you couldn't.
Yeah. Wham! Yeah. No, so then and then I got my wits together and I sang the last song, which was I've had a better. I've gone on stage with a bass, like a guy who was doing the synthesizer version, and then I sang my poems when I was in India, and I like that was similar to like our experience where like we're meshing together, where somebody has percussions and then I'm making sounds on top of it. I was singing in relation to the music that he was making, and that was amazing. There was a drummer too, and then we would. The poem would end, and then we would all stop, and then we would all go again. So there's like these silences, and then it's not like we communicated prior. So it was the
Yeah,
first time
yeah, yeah.
performing together, and we had just figured each other out in a way that was beautiful. So that I've had that experience before, but this was like I had nobody else to go off
It's
of.
just you.
Yeah. So that was
It's so
a lot
funny
harder.
what you described. What you described with music is a literal pattern that we've talked about with stand-up.
Yeah.
It's the exact same experience.
What do you mean? What is the pattern?
You witness somebody go up and do very well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You watch that happen. Then you go up and you have some new ideas that you know are special because they felt special the night before when
Yeah.
there's no pressure.
Yeah.
And then you tried to recreate and it's not working.
Yeah.
And
Tried
then
and
you
true.
go into tried and true and just hit spacebar on it.
Yeah.
And just deal with it's just tepid.
Yeah.
Deal with tepidity.
Yeah.
We've talked about that
Yeah.
horrible chain reaction.
Right.
Of just like
Yeah.
this.
And then you try to like get the plane back going by trying to improvise within the structure that
and
you've
next thing
already
you know,
created.
you're singing.
Yeah. Yeah. Singing on top of the voice that's already in the track. So even if you fuck up, it's fine.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. But I was like, I have to sing. I can't just hit play.
have
And then
to.
I
Yeah.
sang it, and it was.
What are the words? You don't have to sing them, but
I just got into Seattle, slightly sick, under the covers of a new hotel room.
yeah. Is it in a loop?
No. There's more.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
say
It's
the
just
whole
beginning.
thing.
I don't know. Maybe you were just really happy with those.
But no, and then dog, there's so many great musicians, great filmmakers. There's some guy who made some lady who made
Scorsese.
Yeah, he was there.
One of them.
He sang.
Dude,
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese came and started playing his movie.
Yeah.
All these guys just come in.
It's just
and
like a really
hey, watch
bad
my
documentary.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Somebody-
put my movie on real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. This part's good.
Dog, it was so awesome. I wish we had that. I wish we had a place where everyone just there's such
I bet we do.
Hold on. Let me get two ideas out. So one lady made a documentary on the indigenous people in Toronto, like the Native Americans that live there, and it was like so beautiful. And but so I don't know why I felt compelled to say that, but it was really great. But then I don't think we do. I don't know. We do and we don't. It just feels very there's something about the structure of the artistic community I have here, which is I love. One, it's just stand-up comedy, which I feel is like it means that we're not learning from each other in a way that would be amazing if, I don't know how you would learn, but this cross-pollination of filmmakers, and I think you're getting that a little bit more with making sketches and stuff, but like musicians and blah blah blah, and then you have like, oh, he's a comedian, he's a musician, he does whatever, and then like
Right. It's far more fragmented here.
far more
Because
fragmented.
I think some places like Toronto have like scenes built on that.
Yeah.
Also, Austin's so new, like in terms of like kind of mass migration here.
Yeah.
It's so new. So like in the last couple of years, I think we have more and more people coming here, but it's it still feels very comedy centric.
Like how many musicians do you know? Would you say
I know a few.
now that Rose is deported?
Less.
Yeah.
Yeah, less.
No,
less
one.
Oregon. Me.
Yeah.
I've been renting out, dude. There's this place in, it's down by the airport. It's called Noiseland. It's just this dingy little, and dude, it costs nothing.
Yeah.
It costs like $80 split 3 ways for 3 hours. They set up the drum kit for me, bring in the amps.
Oh, yeah?
I'm there with Begley and Dave.
Cool.
And we just play.
Jay?
Yeah, he plays
Oh,
bass.
right.
Yeah.
That's
and we'll just
cool.
roll 3 hours straight.
Yeah. So
3
fun.
hours, it's
Yeah.
the best.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say is like it's there I don't know how to articulate this, but there's something about the stand-up comics mindset, which is in the same way that you are looking for laughs on stage.
Mm-hmm.
There's a similar experience of like looking. Like, I don't know, I don't want to call it careerism, but like this kind of leveling up of like, I gotta perform there. And maybe that exists in all.
I think it
it probably does. But like, I don't know, maybe it was the ecosystem. I just met so many interesting people who like, I don't know. Because a lot of the people I met were also like 40, 50, not 60, but like they were so old that it wasn't. They weren't interested. They didn't care if it amounted to a career where they could sell
Old
tickets.
scene, though. I would say Toronto's an older scene. I think
Right.
Austin, the exciting part about it is that we are the ones who are building that.
Yeah.
Oh, in whatever way we contribute, but it's like Austin is so young. You know, it makes me think of It makes me think of your friend who we went and got Korean barbecue with in Chicago. Remember, her whole scene was, I mean, talk about the avant-garde. I mean, this is as far on that spectrum as you can be, which is they do the installations for Burning Man.
Yeah.
And what did she say? Extremely hierarchical.
Yeah.
Extremely ego.
Yeah.
Extremely, like, weirdly career-oriented, but there's no career in it.
Yeah.
So I think some of that's like natural in art.
Yeah. No, I
Also,
agree.
this
It's
doesn't have
human
the-
nature.
We don't have the cross-pollination here, really.
Yeah, I do agree with that. You don't think there's anything about the idea of stand-up comics in the same way that when we are on stage, we are looking for that next laugh, like a shark looks for its next meal. It's almost like kind of this linear, or not linear, but like hyper-focused thing to get to the next laugh. So much so that it makes us uncomfortable when we have other experiences on stage. Do you think that translates into not just on stage, but some other kind of personality, like you know, this like not leveling up, but like kind of, I can't think of another word for it other than careerism, but like this kind of orientation towards the next pop in life that I feel like loses its like appreciation for something more nuanced or like still.
Yeah. I do. I think that there is. I
may be wrong, but I think there was some connection I was making there.
I think there does seem to be a permeating feeling in comedy that we're in the middle of I think we're told constantly, and it's true, that we're in the middle of a comedy gold rush.
Yeah.
And I think with that, everybody has this subconscious understanding or perception that doesn't last forever. There seems to be this feeling of like, make hay while the sun is shining.
Yeah.
Like it does feel like there's like maybe an expiration date, which is, it's not true.
Sure.
If it is true, we don't have the information. That's a future fear thing that we have. But it feels very much like this is something where it's like, make it while you're young.
Yeah.
Seems to be the thing.
Yeah.
And
But
it's like a big push. I just don't know. I don't know if that's different in like music or.
Yeah.
I think actors, actresses. Are
obviously
that way,
you need to make it. Yeah. Like I don't disagree with that. I just thought I found it to be much more like a softer experience.
Yeah.
There's a harshness to that kind of shark-like mindset that I found wasn't there when I was surrounded by musicians and some comics and filmmakers and blah, 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 who were just making stuff for the joy of making stuff. Also, some of them had careers. Some were filmmakers. Some were actual musicians who were, you know, but like I just found it to be such a better artistic scene.
Well,
I would live in Toronto.
They don't have the shared cynicism of comics. People always talk about narcissism being the defining characteristic of comics. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of comics are narcissists, but I think there's a lot of people are narcissists.
Yeah.
But there is like a palpable cynicism.
Yeah.
You know, which I feel too. And
for sure. For sure. Well, I mean,
not Josh, ever the optimist.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like a part of what makes like the comedy world a little unsatisfying to me.
Yeah.
Is all the other things I enjoy exploring feel not I don't want to say not welcomed, but kind of not interesting or interested in the stand-up world, you know?
Yeah, they feel very different. It's like you have this one world that's all of these things, and they've all existed together. And then here's did we talk about the movie Hamnet? Were you around when I saw that? So Hamnet.
Can I say a small aside?
Yeah.
A word I love right now is Hamlet.
Hamlet is a word.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
A small town.
Oh, that's great.
So
Little Hamlet.
This is my little Hamlet. Yeah.
Here's
it's
another
so
great
beautiful.
Shakespeare one. The word weird. The word weird originally meant possessing mystic or supernatural powers. And then Shakespeare, I think it was Midsummer Night's Dream. I haven't read any Shakespeare. But there's 3 witches called the Weird Sisters. And on stage, they were presented wearing very odd, bizarre kind of cloaks and stuff. They were dressed very differently than everyone because they were witches. That became an adjective for like, oh, you look weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. Then now that's become like odd or bizarre.
Gotcha.
You wear a funny thing. It's like, oh, that's a weird head.
Yeah.
It means mystic or supernatural.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So Hamnet is a movie about William Shakespeare and how he lost his son to the bubonic plague, and then pretty much left his like wife and daughters in the woods to deal with this like horrible trauma while he was like, I have to be in London. Like the show doesn't stop just for that, and his marriage is falling apart, his life's falling apart. I also like they never say William Shakespeare until the very end. It's really just like, and you don't. Nor do you.
Is it a nonfiction, or like it's like an exaggerated
it's a fiction?
Yeah,
it's based on his life though.
Gotcha.
And then in the very final act of the movie is a very serious drama. It's incredible. His wife finally goes.
It's a book or a play?
This is a movie that just came out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
About William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
At the end, his wife finally comes down to London. She sees these flyers everywhere. She has no idea. Her husband has just pretty much abandoned her and her girls. But he's drinking heavy. He's going through all of his own things. And she sees the flyer and sees that he's doing a play called Hamlet. Their son's name was Hamnet. And she goes to the Playhouse Theater, and she's in a rage at this. And the moment that made me feel a little like misty-eyed towards stand-up as a counter to all the things that you just said about it are, you watch how people walked in, how they pack into this theater. There's no seating. You always imagine Shakespeare has like tiered seating. No, it's just a pit. It's like a mini Coliseum. Also, it's in the broad. I don't know why I always imagine torches and it's a nighttime activity. It's in the middle of the day because the sun has to be overhead to illuminate.
Yeah.
So they're all just standing there, all these just dirty-faced, Londoners, and they're standing in the dirt. And then there's a stage.
Yeah.
And then a guy just comes out and starts talking.
Yeah.
And they're wowed by it. And I was like, every single other medium has progressed, except I guess maybe argue it like the visual art, like painting and stuff, has progressed with technology. So I should say every performance medium has just continued to just progress with technology massively to where it's almost unrecognizable from where it started, except stand-up is still that.
Yeah.
It is still you come sit, stand, who gives a fuck? We prefer if you sat and ordered a drink.
That's the only technology they've added is chairs.
It's chairs, chairs and $10 cocktails. And then I'm just going to come out and talk.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
It's like truly.
It's so
it's
simple.
a single-celled organism of a thing, which I really, really like.
Yeah. I think it's just I'm immersed in it so often that you begin to only see the flaws. But it is gorgeous.
I wonder how you'll feel coming back. Are you doing spots tonight?
Yeah, I mean I can't say no to spots, but I'm not in the stand-up mood or mode. But really. Oh, sometimes I'm like on fire. Like all I want to do is be on stage. But I don't feel like that at all right now.
I feel conceptually excited about stand-up. I had this talk with Fractor because he wasn't feeling good about stand-up. And he goes, do you ever feel like you don't feel funny and you don't want to go do spots that night? Yeah. And I was like, all the time.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I sent a follow-up message, and I was like, dude, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever been excited about a show in my life.
Really?
Yeah, maybe not in the first year of like doing mics. Yeah. I'm never excited. I'm never like, okay, 4 hours. It's good. I never.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's always like a palpitation of not fear, but like discomfort, or
it's
like
full discomfort, and it's not about if I could just teleport on stage. But it's the whole. I want to be home.
Yeah,
I have to go. I have to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, I have to rise or fail to this.
Exactly. I have to expend like a good amount of energy.
Sure. First,
communicating with the people that are going to be there at the club, friends, staff, all that.
Yeah.
And then also entertain a group of strangers.
Yeah.
And none of that on paper is interesting at all to me.
Yeah.
They're all things that I would avoid if I didn't love the stand-up part so
For
much.
sure.
But it's enough to make me I feel more trepidation than like excitement about any show.
Yeah.
Even ones where I was like, fuck yeah, I got on this thing.
Yeah.
When it's the day of, I'm like, God, what would be nice is if everybody who bought a ticket got shot. Whoever put this thing on, if he got assassinated, that could be interesting.
that could be
a night.
Like you're writing a story.
That could be a night. Today I was like, I mean, it's been weird. It's been a couple days of off because like the snow stuff. And in my head today, I was like, you've really earned just staying home and watching this movie. And then I was like, wait, no, I haven't been out in 4 days.
I
have to.
yeah, right.
I'm falling apart,
Yeah. By the way, have you read? We could leave whenever, but have you read Of Mice and Men?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Wow, what a beautiful
Did you just read
book.
it?
Yeah, first
It's
time.
great.
So great.
You and I also we have the same book. I don't know if you've started it. It's by a I don't know if he's Mexican, but like a Spanish Latin author.
Oh, Peruvian guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. Have
No,
you?
I think I read like the first chapter and then
Yeah,
I chose
I saw
the
it. I
other
saw
book.
you
Yeah,
had it.
yeah. Oh, you picked that book too?
I bought it in Durango. Yeah.
Why?
I was really interested in. I flipped through it because I've been doing a lot of writing.
Same reason.
I flipped through it and I'm like, who writes a book like this?
Yeah.
And then on the back, I read that it's just like it's fucking weird, surreal, like
Very weird.
Seems like a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
singular book.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so I picked it out. I picked up that.
Literally the same thing happened to me.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just I picked that and then the driver bones plow your tractor over the bones of the dead or some
Wow.
crazy name, which is right now I'm almost done with it. It's such a good book.
Is it really?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's such a good book, but it's a really good book.
great.
It's a really it's like you're best friends with a babushka that lives in this
okay.
tiny. She keeps using the word Hamlet to describe her little town, and then these
Yeah.
murders keep happening, and she's just like a strange fucking weirdo,
Yeah.
and you just hear the stories, these murders happening, and the solutions or what she thinks is causing these murders from her perspective, which is so oddball. It's very
Long?
fun. Yeah, like 300 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, doable.
I think maybe I'll read that when you're done. I just started a book that I think I might be on to the next great tale. Because it's one that I mean I've been told by so many people it's their favorite. It's Lonesome Dove, which this kind of goes back to just
I've never heard
pretension.
of it.
It's about it's a Texas author and it's about cowboys, like literally
Yeah.
wranglers, like back in
Yeah.
the 1800s. So you just go, wow, just none of that really interests me.
Yeah.
But I've just heard from so many people. But it's interesting. It's like it's Dean's favorite book. It's Stephen King's favorite book.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Runs-
Like
runs the gamut, huh?
Literally runs the gamut. And then
Of those who can't read or write, and those who read and write.
most prolific. And then Evan Lopez read it, and he was like, "It's unbelievable." Which love Evan, respect him
Yeah.
a lot. Doesn't necessarily. I don't know what he likes to read. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
didn't move
yeah.
me in one way or the other. And then Dean very nicely bought me a copy from the Strand in
Oh,
New
cool.
York, and he was like, "Merry Christmas."
Yeah.
And I started reading it, and I was like, "Holy
Good?
fuck!"
Yeah.
Some of the best writing I've.
Oh, really?
It's
Cool.
so good. Dude.
Yeah, I mean that's how I felt about Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Have you read any Steinbeck?
Just Of Mice and Men.
Okay.
I heard.
I
I
mean-
heard Grapes of Wrath is. Like,
Yeah. Somebody.
Or no, East of Eden.
East of Eden.
That's what I heard is great.
the namesake of our dead show.
Oh yeah.
The one that I.
yeah.
East of Austin.
East of Austin,
Yeah.
that's
Cool. Well, anything else you want to say to our fans? Where can they find you?
No, I mean, this is going to be one or two clips.
Yeah. I'm gonna put out the whole thing.
Okay. If you want this to be one of the clips, you can find me.
What? Just where can people find you? It's a 30-second clip.
Ending with a bird pecking at a worm or whatever. Are you back on the podcast game? You think?
I think I think I'm really good at podcasting.
Yeah.
Like these types of conversations are both really enjoyable to me. The worst is when I'm interviewing someone who it doesn't happen with, and I just gotta sit through like a real adult conversation. But I really enjoy podcasting. I don't know, man. I'm like, I think I'll be here for 2 months, and I think I'm gonna do a little stint in San Francisco and then a little stint in Toronto. So.
I have an idea, something I really want to do. Josh, I don't know how we could do this though.
The reading thing?
Yeah, I really want to do like quite literally a like comedy, essentially a book club. It'd be like a book club podcast.
Okay.
I can feel the smirk. I can see
No,
you're
no.
smiling with your eyes, but not your lips. But I just don't know how to film
smiling with your
it because I'd want to edit it down, and then I would also want it to be like a few comics, kind of like round table. You have the means.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
With microphones?
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
You already thought about that. That wouldn't work.
I didn't thought about that.
I mean, you could fit 5 people right here. Move this, put
Yeah.
one guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Just get
Does
more
that make
cameras.
for a comfortable conversation though?
I love conversations around a table.
Even like at a table like, but imagine having more people.
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. The cozier, because this is very cozy.
Yeah.
The one mistake I made about the podcast, which I stopped doing, was the new place. Because I was like, maybe the conversation will be better if it's just me and the guest and not a third person in the room, because it changes the energy of the room. And then I did it in that other podcast studio, and it just like the chairs were far apart, and it just felt it just lost its energy.
What studio? Oh, the Squatch.
Squatch, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't come back to this because I didn't have money at the time. Yeah, I need you. Yeah. But I would, these types of conversations. I don't know if a podcast would be good with me interviewing random strangers, or if I just keep doing this with you, given your schedule or whatever. But twice a month or something like that, where we just like pick an idea. Like this was like clown school or whatever, right? But like if we did this after something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I like podcasting more when it's this is why I like the book one. I like when it's just about something.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
we can go off topic.
100%.
The comedic riff podcast where that's the intention are just
no interest in that. Yeah. Cool. Well, all right. All done. Thank you, boss.